I really wanted to talk about one of the databases, um, which is CouchDB, which is basically a multi-dimensional scale database. It is really different in terms of how the remaining NoSQL DBs operate, but really the power of CouchDB relies on the fact that it can be scaled horizontally and it can be scaled based on the multi-dimensional model. So when I say multi-dimensional, it means that the indefinitely operates on a cluster like the other DBs, the NoSQL DBs. But here the advantage is that the nodes in the cluster can really function as one of the services. It could be data service, it could be query service, it could be N1QL service, it could be backup service, health monitoring service, etc. Or it could be combination of two services being played by a single node. So that's really the power of CouchDB, and what it does, it horizontally scales this operation based on the demand. So there could be a demand for, let's say, a huge demand for data service layer. So it could make 2 or 3 nodes as data service layers and assign them the single-handed operation, so that really it can mutate the data and retrieve the data and store the data as and when the demand is increasing, as and when it is really required. So this is the real flow cycle of CouchDB, and as you have seen, I have mentioned that it has multiple nodes, and one of the important nodes is data service, the service layer, which really operates on one of the nodes. And what this data service does is it stores the data across multiple partitions the data, the segments of data, and stores this across multiple partitions. These partitions are nothing but the V buckets. The V buckets are stored in the data service nodes, and this is how the information is really replicated. Information is really made highly available by dividing it in. It's a divide and conquer strategy, right? So this is how the load is distributed evenly. And before really reaching this data service layer, you have a smart routing layer. The smart routing layer, nothing but it functions as a load balancer. And what it does, it determines the load in real time as to which node could better handle your request. It could be a query node, it could be a service node, and it redirects the request of the user to that particular node through this load balancer. So what happens is that once the data is stored in the V buckets, the partitions in the data service layers, you have the query service, which is really used by the user to operate over the key value pairs of data in the data service, and operate and retrieve the data through something called as N1QL, which is the N1QL service layer, which is similar to SQL DBs, but it does not really is an SQL. It's a key value based operation, which is used in this NoSQL cluster. So what query layer, in turn query service layer, does is that it in turn interacts with the index layer, where for faster retrieval you have multiple indexes which are built upon the partitions, and once these indexes are queried, you exactly know which partition, which node, which V bucket to really contact to in order to get the exact data quicker. So this is the real communication between the query service layer, the N1QL, and the data service, as well as the index layer. And there is some more important services, like I would say search service, which really handles the text-based searches. So something like across your dashboards, across your projects, this particular type of feature can be used. And what it does is really builds indexes over the search strings and partitions the data based on the indexes, such that your search string operates as an index into the partition data, and then it just retrieves that particular data from the V bucket based on the text inputs which you are providing. So this is one of the rare advantages of CouchDB. And you have some other features like backup and restore services, which really maintains the health. The replication order looks for commit logs, looks for if any of the nodes is down, and brings up the other node in the cluster simultaneously. So all in all, this is a very resilient DB, and I would really call Couchbase really the most resilient DB in terms of the multimodal capability to scale across the service layers. So this is what I wanted to talk about CouchDB, and I hope you try out CouchDB. It's relatively easy and to install, to have a local environment running with CouchDB, so you can really hammer in the advantages, do some tests on that, and load test, performance test, and see how it really enhances the durability, the strength of your application. So thank you guys for listening to me, and I will see you in the next video.